Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2,
Testing.
3. Brilliant. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to pitch B of the Slater Gordon Championship weekend, number 2. My name is Rosie Hodgson, and I am joined by Nick Woodward.
Good morning.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Well, yeah. I say, well, yeah. We've been having the usual stutters over the camera, but I think hopefully now on Court B everyone can see and hear.
Yes, apologies for this morning. We have had some technical difficulties, but it looks like we have almost sorted them out. We're on a pan camera where we will be moving the camera around.
We fixed that as well, we think.
Fixed it.
Yes, yes.
We're on the normal cameras now. Brilliant. It's good job Nick's here. Yes, so we're back on the normal camera. We were on a pan camera this morning where we had to move it, but we are hopefully back underway. Today we have got an exciting matchup between West Bromwich Albion Baggies and Altrincham PFC. I'm going to run through some teams. For the West Bromwich Albion Baggies squad, we have Jack Gorder 11, Noah Stevenson Leah 7, Amy Shearman 1, Lewis Marshall 8, Noah Harvey 28, Jack Westmoreland 33, and Sam Swingler 12. For Altrincham PFC, we have Mason Davies 30, Jack Hassan 7, Dan Holt 13, Joey Levine 28, Jake Hudson 17, Robert Godfrey 97, and Jack Johnson number 6. Do you have any predictions for this game, Nick?
None at all. Both teams playing with new names.
Yes, they are. So the Baggies have changed their name, and so is Altrincham. Altrincham used to be Sale PFC.
Yeah.
And I forgot what the Baggies used to be called. Dudley.
Dudley,
That's
yeah.
it, Dudley, yes.
So we won't ask the really dull question. When was the last time two teams that changed their names played together?
That would be one for Jeff Lewis.
Even Jeff, I'm not sure, would be interested in answering that. Anyway.
On Court A, if, you know, maybe this match is for you, or you want to be nosy, on Court A we have Norwich City PFC versus Hull and East Yorkshire PFC.
So here we've got, although the names have changed, we've got ostensibly teams with the same core they had last season, haven't we?
Definitely.
A couple of new names, but I think the starting 4 might have been Dudley's starting 4 last season. Same for Altrincham.
Definitely. The whistle's blown for kick-off. We are ready to go. Both teams have been very, very promising this season so far. There's been phases of both teams where they've played excellent games and scored amazing goals, and then some parts that just need a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of working on. But it's great to see the progress of both young teams like these. The Baggies are managed by Dave Lewis and Matt Gilbert. Two very experienced players. Marshall and Davies battling in the area, looking to force it over the line, but the ball has to be rolling.
There was a goal in the Prem last weekend, wasn't there, where there was some discussion amongst the officials, and eventually they did, having not granted it, they granted the goal. Oh, were you in that game?
That was my goal.
Oh, I forgot that. I remember the incident, but not the scorer. It took a while, didn't it? Yeah,
it did.
So the matter of the ball rolling does matter.
It does matter indeed. But we do have a rule where the ball must be rolling to be able to go over the line to be a goal. If the ball is trapped between two chairs being forced over the line without rolling, it won't be a goal.
And as a player, are you able to prevent it from rolling if you're a defender?
Yeah.
Can you do enough?
You can prevent it from rolling by putting a lot of pressure through the chair, through the ball, into the other chair. But
so the onus is on the attacker to make the ball move, and the defender can halt it. Right.
But personally, if I was in that position looking like it was about to be a goal, I would, if I was a defender, lock it up between the chairs and call for a set ball.
Right.
So if the ball is trapped between two defender chairs and it's stood still, it then becomes a set ball, which is where two players, one from each team, go into the ball at the same time, and it would be on the edge of the box.
And there must be a time for that trap. Is it 5 seconds, 30 seconds?
Yes, it is 5 seconds, I believe. If you want to be nosy, on Court A, Norwich City have just scored. And very exciting game over there. I'm jealous that Ryan is commentating this one, but we should have a really good game here with some promising players in Jack Gorder and Jack Westmoreland. Dan Holt, who's played for a plethora of clubs throughout his career, plays for Altrincham PFC.
So Altrincham, one of a small number of teams who played 5 games in the first weekend, aren't they? So
yes, they are.
They need to be starting to put a few more points away. They're on 7 at the moment. 7.6 goals. Now, I know it's early to talk about it, but they were talking about like a 15-point target to avoid relegation from the Prem. I assume it's similar historically for the Championship. So a point a game is good enough, isn't it?
It is. I would suggest in the Championship maybe like 8 points at least to target.
Right.
Just to really get you out of that safe zone. So that would be 2 wins, 2 draws.
So already Altrincham well above that pace.
They are indeed. Let's have a look at the bottom of the table if I can get my graphics up. Here we go. So the bottom 6 teams are a little bit different to the graphic as it doesn't include GBG Saracens. So forget Leeds Dynamos are there. Altrincham and the Baggies are both fighting for survival in the league. Altrincham on 7 points, Baggies on 4 points. this game is going to be extremely tight. If the table is true form of competitiveness and experience, and I don't know what I'm trying to say, Nick. if the table reads true, then this game will be extremely tight, and with 14 minutes left, it is looking that way.
Yeah. Interesting thing happening with West Brom. I mean, historically, as a club, they would be teams who'd come out scoring tons throughout the club.
Definitely.
West Brom in the Prem struggled to score last weekend. They got draws, defensive solid, struggling to score. Baggies, who I think would have, as Dudley, would have scored loads last season.
Yes.
Struggling to get on the score sheet. I mean, eventually they got 5 over the last weekend, but kind of it's partly the thing we always want to see is the standard raising, and of course the pace setters eventually get caught, and we wonder if we're just in a little phase where the West Brom style of play has been figured out by the coaches and the player skills have caught up.
Yes.
A little period of consolidation, and then the next wave will come.
There's a little bit of a worry then on the pitch. All 4 West Bromwich Baggies, were up the pitch. All 4 are out, and a Trojan of players started wandering back down to the Baggies half as it was open, and Altrincham were on the ball, but it ended up in a kick-in for the Baggies. We do have a new referee, I believe. I'm not sure his name, but this is a new referee, isn't it, Nick?
I think he's been lining last year, so not a new official, but maybe his first time in the centre.
We welcome people who want to become referees. You know, the more the merrier in the sport. We do struggle for some referees sometimes, so if you are interested in becoming a referee, contact the WFA and we may be able to help facilitate it.
So I do know it starts with a online lining course, which anyone can do.
Yeah.
And then there's some online resources and in-person training. All run in the UK by Jeff Lewis, who's the head of the UK referees. Caroline Pearson is head of Goldsborough.
I was going to say, who's Caroline Pearson?
Yeah. Randomly putting referees' surnames together with first names there. She's head of European referees.
She is indeed. Yep, so I've actually helped out on a referee course before, where on the Sunday they have like a practical session, and you get to play some games, and it's really fun actually, because you get to play not necessarily with your own team but with other players, and it's like in a way a draw, like a mixed bag of players.
Yeah.
People you wouldn't necessarily put yourselves with.
Yeah.
It's really, really fun. Oh, a great kick there from Hassan, who tried to get it near post, but it was denied by Marshall for a corner. I may have to move. I might get wiped out. I'm just going to wait a second and see. DDB to move. Am I good? Thanks. We're all good. Save my legs for another day.
Yes.
Even though they're useless.
So 10 minutes to go. It's a balance of play with Altrincham so far, I'd have said, Rosie, wouldn't you? They've just had a little bit more.
Yeah,
oh,
they seem to be a bit more hungry for it. But Baggies are getting on the end of these long balls.
That's another feature of West Brom, isn't it? You'd expect fast transitional play from them, and
definitely
they're very energetic.
Definitely. You think that they would be doing the fast plays, long passes, hard hits.
Yeah.
Which is something that is quite uniform for the West Bromwich Albion uniform.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, we're talking there, you know, the thread that runs through the club. And of course, although Dave Lewis now plays for Villa, he's an ex-Baggies player, ex West Brom player as a coach, and Matt Gilbert's an ex-West Brom, is a current West Brom player.
He is current, yep.
So that learning they get in the senior teams passes down into the teams further down in the club, doesn't it?
It's good. Coaching's been one of those things that I've loved. So I've coached the Norwich team when we gained promotion to the Premiership 2 seasons ago, and it is one of the most rewarding but also challenging as well aspects of the game. It's just so much fun getting to know other players, being able to pass on your experience to them. In this game though, if Noah Stevenson-Leah does come on the pitch, which I'm pretty sure he will, he has had a red card already this season.
Ooh, that was quick. I've not seen him play. I wasn't here for the first weekend. This is his first Nationals year, is it?
This year, yeah. He trains with the Villa team as well.
Right.
And he is sensational. Absolutely incredible. He makes me nip up sometimes and think, oh my God, he's better than me.
So where, do you know what caused the red card? Was it?
It was a yellow card.
2 yellows, is it?
Yeah, no, just 1 yellow.
Oh.
Just 1 yellow, but he has got to be careful because if he does get another yellow, he could be on the teeters of
suspension.
We just had a substitution. Sam Swingler and Noah Stevenson-Leah, who we were talking about, have came on for Jack Westmoreland and Jack Gorder. Will be on your screens shortly.
Lovely touch ball there off the front bumper.
Looks like a kick in or free kick on the edge of the box for Altrincham. Noah Stevenson-Leah just hungry for that ball all the time. He actually has a nickname, Nick. Do you know what it is?
No.
The Commander. He's only 14 years old and he's been named the Commander. It's brilliant.
That's something.
So Sam Swingler, and I'm talking to myself while I do this, and I shouldn't. There we go. We're going to corner kick now for Altrincham PFC. Hassan is looking.
So that's a very low defensive position Baggies have taken up, isn't it? Leaving a lot of space. If this ball can get through to Levine.
You're going to have to be very careful there on the box. It was good that Sam Swingler moved. So it could have been a 2-on-1 between Stevenson-Leah and Swingler.
The way they were positioned left more space than I think you'd expect, wouldn't you, up to the top of the box. So the ball was definitely going to get to Davis and could have possibly got to Levine.
Yeah.
I think if they'd fired it to Levine, I can't see Marshall would have got across to save it.
It was a very open, confident setup by the Baggies.
And they did leave, was it Harvey up at top?
Yes, they did. Noah Harvey was up top waiting for the receiving pass. Stevenson-Leah guides the ball out of the area. Battling out with Levine.
That's Davis, isn't it?
Sorry, Davis, you are right. Two players who have got very promising futures in this sport. Stevenson-Leah is coming on leaps and bounds with the guidance of Dave Lewis and Matt Gilbert.
Do you know how long he'd been playing before he got in? Has he been in the regional teams for some time?
I believe he has. I believe he started playing after COVID.
Right.
When after COVID, though, is a good question. But he is fairly new to the sport.
I think I remember it right, the podcast with John Boulding a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He said he hadn't even started playing at 14. The game wasn't available to, in his day to people of that age, really.
You're right, yeah. John Bolden's one of the first 4 people who founded the sport in the UK and have been championing the sport, trying to develop it as much as they can.
Chance for Stevenson Lee.
Himself, Nicky Baker, Rob Thompson, and I can't remember the fourth person, but those 3 have been very prominent in developing this sport. Davies is very determined to get that ball in.
Wouldn't have been another one of the Aspire, would it? Perhaps Spencer Kelly, I know, was involved very early days, although
it wasn't him.
No longer with us, unfortunately.
I believe it might have been Anthony Nowicki. I think. I could be very, very wrong. Tell you what.
Are we allowed to say one of the granddaddies of the sport?
The grandfathers, the matriarchs of the sport.
The wise old heads.
Is definitely, that is what I would. Definitely, we're playing with Nikki now. Nicky Baker at Villa. She is like a matriarch of the sport. She is like grandmother. I'm going to get confirmation of those 4 people because I remember seeing this online. So I will come back to you with that fact.
I didn't quite. So I'd been involved since about 2017 when it was all well established. I didn't quite realise it started with such small roots, if that's the right word. Just a few people saying we can make a sport out of this.
Definitely, yeah. Sam Bull. Sam Bull was the 4th person. So it was John Bolden, Nicky Baker, Sam Bull, and Rob Thompson.
So Sam had retired by the time I joined, but he was still involved as the head of sport, I think, at either EPFA or FIPFA.
Yes, you are right there. He was a prominent figure in the WFA and in the FIPFA and EPFA setup for a very, very long time. Altrincham just left themselves exposed. They're behind the chair with an open goal, but Baggies just couldn't take advantage of it. Altrincham looking to score. Marshall able to secure the ball out of the area.
Very understated Marshall, isn't he? But really solid in defence.
Extremely solid player. Able to get himself into positions and to the ball.
Doesn't make much fuss.
Exactly, doesn't make much fuss. He's very calm, collected player. We've got just over a minute to go, a minute and 30 to go. It's still 0-0 here on Pitch B. A very tight game. I would say, would you agree Altrincham have more possession?
Yeah, just.
Maybe a 60-40 split?
Yeah, they're probably almost been the same number of chances, but Altrincham are holding on to the ball for longer, aren't they? And
it's just
almost like Baggies are playing on the counter.
Yes, they're waiting for the counter and they're being very strict in defence, which is a good thing. It looks like they've been working very hard in training on their shape.
Again, we've got this low. Oh!
A great goal there by Jackasan. Stevenson Lee left himself exposed behind. Marshall was looking for the front post, splits the players in two and scores in between. 1-0 to Altrincham PFC.
Now, would you agree the way they've set that corner block up? It just seems like it's a little too loose. There's too much space. I don't want to say it was easy, but it shouldn't have been that straightforward, I don't think, off that set play anymore, should it?
I agree that they did leave themselves too exposed, left a lot of gappage. There is a lot of restrictions when it comes to corners, but you can do a lot more.
Yeah, and that's a set-up issue. There was no skills there, the way they'd chosen to defend that, and clearly they'd set up similarly for the previous corner, hadn't they?
Yes, they have. I don't know if it's maybe a defender issue around the edge of the box that could be preventing it, and maybe, like you said, the shape of the L on that goal post isn't quite working. Maybe they need to adopt more of a slanted on the line position.
It drew Stevenson Lee out and created the gap, didn't it? Anyway, a chance for Baggies here. That's probably it for the half. Is it? No, not yet.
A 2-on-1 violation in favour of
that seemed harsh. I thought Hassan was reasonably well positioned there, wouldn't you have said?
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think it is quite harsh, but some people might have called it quite easy, and some might not.
It's a funny one, isn't it, I mean, you have to call the 2-on-1, but you can call advantage. Oh, there we go, half. But the refs, if you're a new ref, and we think this might be the chap's first, you kind of got to call more 2-on-1s than not, haven't you? Until you get a feel.
Indeed, and he's becoming quite a good referee from what I've seen from this first half. Before I let you go, though, I just want to say a big thank you to Slater Gordon, who are sponsoring the National League this year. We were their charity of the year in 2024, and they have now become the title sponsors for the National League. So thank you very much to Slater and Gordon.
And also, of course, MK Batteries, who are now powering the stream as well as the podcast. Thank you, MK Batteries.
And also the chairs. Each chair on this pitch is powered by MK Batteries, which is fantastic. Thank you, and we will be back in a break. Hello, we are back for, thank you, for the second half of the Court B game. We have Altrincham currently in the lead, winning 1-0 over WBA Baggies. My name's Rosie Hodgson and I'm joined with Nick Woodward. Hello.
Good morning.
So I want to actually ask Nick, what was your first thoughts when you first saw Powerchair Football?
So I was introduced to Powerchair Football by Charlie Kitcher.
Yeah.
Charlie and I were working together. Charlie played for Aspire in England. Charlie and I were working together at the BBC. And at the time, I was particularly interested in sports data. And we'd always have discussions about sports data with various people. Wouldn't include Charlie in the conversations because Charlie, it didn't occur to me Charlie would be playing a sport. Charlie at the Beeb would have been in his kind of, call it everyday chair.
Yeah.
Would have had a carer around the site to help him out. And then one day Charlie said to me, he said, "Oh, I'd be really interested in this sports data. I play football." And I was like, and he's, you know what Charlie's like, a bit
Yeah.
cheeky. And I was thinking, is he winding me up? I don't know how to react to this.
That's a Charlie thing to do, though, is wind you up.
Yeah. And so he showed me on YouTube, and I went, "Wow, that looks amazing."
Yeah.
And he invited me along. I'm pretty sure I came to the Nationals first, but I might have gone to the South East League. And immediately what really drew me to it was, it's a compelling watch anyway, but it was the competitiveness.
Yeah.
And instantly I realised from having in my mind, you know, my bias, thinking how can someone like Charlie play a sport, suddenly to being introduced to this team sport, and I was introduced at the elite level. It's almost like never seeing football.
Yeah.
And then being taken to a Premiership match out the blue, if you know what I mean. Thinking, wow, this is amazing. And I got hooked. There were some added advantages to me because I was interested in sports data and we were trying to develop an app. 28 games a weekend, you can't get that in most other sports.
You can't.
The venues are miles apart. You might go to one game in the morning, one in the afternoon, maybe 4 in a weekend. So there were a whole load of things that helped. But the reality was no one was really interested in the data. They were after the streaming. And some people will remember the very first stream. I plugged in the camera. I said, "I think maybe it'll work." And there was literally, I didn't realize, there was a button on my phone that said "Go live," and it was like, "Should we try it?" And there were about 8 pixels, and you couldn't see or hear anything. Great goal by Swingler there.
Great
that was
goal
a
by
fabulous
Sam
finish
Swingler.
with a cross by Stevenson Lee. Fabulous. Anyway, as they say these days, the rest is history. And you know, I had some really lucky breaks because I was doing so much filming. Charlie asked if I'd come along to an England camp, and the FA set up, then had me as part of the kind of video analysis team until they got professional sports analysts in to help with the Powerchair Football. So I travelled with the England team to Helsinki, to Finland. I can't remember the name. Pohjola, I think. Pohjola was the name of the town where England were triumphant, and that was fantastic experience. You know, to my point again about, you know, being involved with very competitive individuals at elite level. I got to sit in the changing room before they went in for the final, so I was taking some of the social media photos, and I thought that was such a privilege. You know, that's such a rare moment for anyone who's not part of a team to be able to be allowed to be part of.
Definitely. That must have been like such a privilege to be able to be in there, isn't it?
So the experiences I had with those players, not just at the moments when they were on the pitch, but everything else, kind of reinforced that thing that I first saw. You know, these are very exceptional individuals, the ones who are kind of making it for England. And I don't think it mattered what walk of life, you know, people who make it that far, you know, are exceptional. So that was what drew me to it. It was a very very quick once I was first shown it, to my surprise.
So there's a saying that we say in the sport, or I definitely say it anyway, I don't know if I'd say it, is when you're first introduced to the sport and you're just hooked and you catch the bug.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what's happened, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I remember when you came along to a Champions League in Denmark, as well.
Of course, wasn't it? Yeah.
In our house, yeah, that's a brilliant tournament, wasn't it?
Great venue too, wasn't it? Although a bit wet. I vaguely remember rain.
Yes, very, very wet. We just had a goal disallowed because the ball wasn't rolling over the line. It was
to our earlier
discussion about that, yeah. So we are for a set ball on the edge of the box. Maybe a little bit of frustration is starting to settle in for Altrincham as they were leading up until half time.
Yeah, but that was, we were talking earlier about the transitions and the skill. That wasn't a transition, it was a corner Baggies scored from, but it was a very fast-paced ball, wasn't it?
Definitely. Absolutely. We have just over 13 minutes left. And it looks like we could be getting another goal here. This is an interesting setup.
What, I mean, do we need any innovation in defensive structure for corners, or has that been well sold by all Powerchair teams? I mean, that seemed like a lethal setup by Baggies. What were they thinking?
That was a great goal, though. The Altrincham PFC have taken advantage of the openness.
Well, can we call it? Are we allowed to call it a great goal when there was no defence? I mean, he hit it straight into the centre of the goal.
I will leave that one up to the viewers to decide.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'm disappointed.
Could it have been more straightforward?
Yes, it could have.
I'm not dismissing the skill there, but I couldn't believe the setup. That's twice. I'm going to have to word with catches.
Mason Davies.
Yeah.
There we go.
So if you couldn't quite see it, because I know that's the other end of the pitch and the camera, the players, the goalkeeper and the other defender were both positioned on each of the posts, leaving, 4 metres clear in the middle. Davis was positioned just slightly off the goal line in the gap. The ball went straight to him and he tapped it in.
Definitely needed something in the middle of the box to stop that.
They didn't move to adjust to where Davis was. It was like we're zone marking the posts. Well, I thought I'd had seen everything in Powerchair Football, Rosie, and then that happened, and we had the very bizarre ball not rolling incident on the other court. Well, just before this game kicked off.
It is definitely disappointing, that goal, but congratulations to Altrincham for taking advantage of it, because you've got to do what you've got to do as a player. It can sometimes feel quite lethal to be able to, do those sort of manoeuvres and tactics. But on the other pitch, we do have Norwich City PFC versus Hull and East Yorkshire. It is still currently 1-0 to Norwich City PFC, who are looking to capitalise on the top end of the table. Right now we have a kick just outside the box for Altrincham PFC. Could they make it free? Noah Stevenson-Leah just trying to decline Mason Davies into the box.
Can I just double? It is 2-1, isn't it? The official scoreboard says 1-1. It is 2-1.
It is definitely 2-1. The official score has not been updated. The Altrincham PFC coaching staff look very excited then on the line at their chances around the box.
So we were talking earlier about, I think it was Stevenson-Lee, young into the game. When you started, what was the dream for a Powerchair player? Was it just to play in the nationals, or would international tournaments have been a thought and a goal? Because all the young players now have a whole set of heroes to look up to, don't they?
They
Championship
do.
winning at club and country level.
So when I first started, I started in 2010.
Right.
So 15 years ago, nearly 16. And I played for Norwich City, actually, is where I first started, my hometown. And I started off with my day chair with a clip-on guard. And the initial dream from there was just to get a chair.
Right, okay.
Because I couldn't keep up in my NHS wheelchair.
Yeah.
But then, as I went on, it was, I want to be able to play in the league, I want to be able to play in the National League, I want to be able to score in the National League. And then, as my progression as a player continued, it was wanting to go even further for trophies.
Yeah.
Gaining promotions to premierships, and then it was looking abroad and looking at more clubs around me, really.
So I guess really, actually, other than the chairs, I think now every club will have a set of chairs that they can have players use, can't they? I think the WFA might also now have some chairs they loan out and development.
Yeah.
But probably the instant Stevenson Lee hits the court, his first ambition, given his position, is probably I want to score my first goal in the Nationals, isn't it? And so probably those little set of kind of ladder points that you had 15 years ago, they're probably no different to a player today, actually, are they?
It's quite scary. Noah Stevenson Lee is 14,
right.
and I've been playing longer than he has been on Earth. So it does make me feel old, and I'm not old. But yeah, as you play, as you progress and you reach those goals, and you're supported by your team to reach those goals as well, it becomes more and more ambitious. You realise you can do more and more. And for Noah, he has a lot of potential in himself. He is being I'm trying to think of the appropriate word here. He's being primed to be able to play in those peak positions in the middle and take advantage. And he has, being at West Bromwich Albion, he has the opportunity to look up to Chris Gordon, Brad Bates,
Matt Gilbert.
Gilbert, even his coach Dave Lewis. He has. When players join now, they have so much more variety of people to look up to. Back then, the sport was very small. When I joined, there was only a handful of players I could look up to. But it just shows the progression of the sport, really, doesn't it?
And fabulous opportunity this year for those that have entered the Cup. Non-Prem. It's non-Premiership teams, I think, they're in at the moment, with the introduction of the Vase competition.
Do you know what? That Vase looks very inviting, Nick.
Oh, that's the Cup. So there's the brand new Cup, which was unveiled, which looks spectacular.
Yes.
And then there's the Vase. I don't know if there's a Vase yet been developed, but the Vase tournament, if you get knocked out before round 3, so there's preliminaries round 1, round 2. Then I think 12, it might be 16, I think it's 12 teams go into the Vase tournament, and that'll be an opportunity to play for, I think, a semi-final and a final at Derby. I can't remember the date, but early next year. So that's another great thing, isn't it? So even if you're not quite in the upper echelons, there's still things to fight for and opportunities.
So yesterday at the John Good Group headquarters, Alex Dowden was very lucky to be able to do the draw with some of the John Good Group heads there.
It was Adam, the CEO of John Good Group.
I don't know.
Right, yeah, he's been a fantastic supporter of the sport. A bit like me, if you ask him what happened, he said, well, I came and had a look at the game and boom.
He caught the bug.
I said, we can help with this. And their support has been just astonishing.
It really has.
Extra things they've done to push the sport.
So yesterday, Altrincham PFC were drawn in the first round against Leeds Dynamo's PFC, which is going to be a really, really interesting draw.
So Westmoreland and Harvey on.
Yeah, before I go, we will quickly just put these players on the...
Sherman and
Swingler came off. Who's came on? Jack Westmoreland and...
So
Noah
Altrincham,
Harvey.
we've got Leeds Dynamos and Baggies.
Baggies have Villa Lions, which is a little bit of a derby.
Oh, yes.
A little West Midlands derby, if you will. Sam Swingler came off. And Noah Harvey entered the pitch. So yes, there's very exciting stuff with this cup tournament. I am a avid trophy collector, if you'd like to call it. And I have got my eyes set on a vase and a cup. So who knows, the Charity Shields kind of format is really exciting and enticing to me.
So this year, the John Good Trophy will be presented to the winners at Derby.
Yeah.
And then if I've understood it correctly, the winners of the Cup and the winners of the League will... So the winners of the League will be Teesside because... Oh, no.
It'll be
it'll be the winners of the League in May in 2026. And the winners of the Cup in 2026 will play at the FA Disability Cup weekend in June or July. Yeah, I can't remember the exact dates, yeah.
There we go, guys. It's going to be... I've played at St George's Park many times, and it's so exciting. Like, you feel like you are at the top of the world when you play there. It's just... I really hope this tournament structure is going to be able to give other teams opportunities, because it is always like Spiles Brom, you know. It would be nice to see other teams be able to get that opportunity as well, to play on live TV.
But Derby's already giving that to a sense, isn't it? I know it's not live TV,
Definitely.
But it's a much bigger, different... It's a different venue from Lee Westwood.
Yeah.
But accommodated, I think, the largest Powerchair spectator crowd they'd ever had in England. I hesitated there because there have been more spectators at World Cups and Champions Leagues.
So, fun fact.
Nations Cup, yeah.
About the FA Disability Cup. Last year, Powerchair Football was the first sport to sell out of tickets.
Ooh.
And we were actually so high in demand, they had to put even more seating in, and we sold that out as well.
Well, isn't that brilliant?
It just shows how much people love Powerchair Football. The support for it is insane. I just really hope we can get the sport into the Paralympics in 2030. Or is it 2034 now? I think it's 2034.
I can't remember where the next scheduled. I think there's a Los Angeles Olympics.
Yeah.
Which will be, I think it's 2028.
So
24 was Paris, 28's. There's talk of it being in Arabia somewhere.
Oh.
But I might be confusing that with football World Cups. Anyway, that in a way that's the last piece of the puzzle, isn't it?
It is.
And if you have a structure where you have regional leagues, national leagues, a championship, a premiership, you've got cup competition, you've got international club cup, so you've got European continental and intercontinental. So you've got the
Club
Champions
World Cup.
You've got the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
You have the Nations Cup, which is amongst European countries, and then you have the World Cup, and a chance to represent your country at the Paralympics is a missing piece.
It is. Imagine getting that gold medal.
Imagine just playing. Playing.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just one of those things that I've always wanted to do. I went to London in 2012.
Right.
And that instantly lit the spark of me of, why is Powerchair Football not in the Paralympics, you know? So it is definitely something that I've wanted to happen for a while. We are in the dying seconds of this match, and it is still 2-1 to Altrincham PFC.
So they kind of locked this half up a bit. There was a very early goal from Baggies, and they haven't really picked it up since.
No.
Goal by Altrincham that we couldn't quite figure out what the motivation for the Baggies defence was, that allowed Altrincham to have such a straightforward attempt at goal.
Absolutely. And
I'll have to see if I can grab the coaches afterwards to see what their thinking was on that.
It might have just been a mistake by the defence, but there has been a pattern of mismarking the area, shall we say, misdefending.
Normally, it wouldn't be you wouldn't even bother commenting on a defensive structure because it's so well patterned in the sport. But that I think that moves Altrincham up to 9. I don't think it moves them up the table, but it keeps them in the hunt, as it were, for the top half.
It is full time here on Court B. Let's do that. So now this game is over, we are putting Altrincham PFC in 7th on 9 points.
So they started 7th, but they've just got a bit closer to the.
And Baggies are in 9th with 3 points.
Yeah, so that's Baggies. Minus goal difference of -12.
Okay. They'd be eager to
lost 4 out of 5.
Sort that this season.
They do need to. I don't know if they played the top teams, but let's have a look at their fixtures. So some work to do for Baggies for the rest of the weekend.
So what are the rest of the fixtures for today? Let's have a look at that one.
For the Baggies fixtures?
Yes.
They've got Saracens this afternoon, and then they've got 3 games tomorrow. Teesside Steel, Norwich and Nottingham Forest.
They'd definitely be looking to gain some points against Saracens. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us. This has been a great match to watch, very competitive. A 2-1 win to Altrincham PFC, which wouldn't have been my pick at the beginning. But it's been very entertaining to watch, hasn't it?
Yeah. So should we thank our fabulous sponsors, Slater and Gordon, again?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Slater and Gordon, for sponsoring the National League. Their support this season has been able to ensure we run both our leagues beautifully.
And thank you to MK Batteries as well for powering the stream and the podcast.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, and we will see you on the next match.
Bye-bye.